and saved it for now.
Love it. That's what I do. I get iced coffee in the afternoon. I pretty much drink it throughout the day.
Well, and if you like, so this is bigger than the 32 ounces. So I put extra ice and extra instant coffee in it.
I got it. I love it. Mary?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you.
I can hear you and I can hear Connie. So
There's no
yay!
feedback. Connie, you're not
No.
hearing any weird feedback.
Nothing.
Okay,
Perfect.
we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We are off
No.
and running.
The only thing is I couldn't put my picture up of Connie, but that's
That's
okay.
okay. That's okay. We're good. We are a-okay now.
Excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
we're off and running. All right, welcome, Mary. We didn't talk about this. We need to have a handle of some sort.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know. We did not
Are you
talk.
both just outside of Chicago?
well, normally, Connie, my home is 60 miles west of Chicago, but for right now, I'm in northern Jersey. Mary
Are
is,
you?
yes, I'm here. I was in D.C. last night. I'll be in Philly on Saturday. We'll be in Asbury on Park on Sunday. So yes, I'm here.
Exciting. I'll be in Asbury too.
Excellent.
Yes,
I
it's
will.
gonna be.
I will be there as well. Just not. I won't be there until midnight tomorrow. So.
Well, I sadly have to miss the bag giveaway, the bag stuff in the morning Saturday because I have to go to Chicago for work.
Really? Wait. Are we?
Yes,
Wait, wait, wait,
yes,
wait, wait.
absolutely that.
You're going to Chicago on Saturday, but you're going to be back in
At
Asbury on.
5:30 in the morning, I fly out to Chicago and I fly back at 2:20 in the
Oh.
afternoon so that I can be there for karaoke at night.
Okay.
Can I
And
ask
then
So
what you're
right
doing in
after the
that's
Chicago?
serenade, I'm going back to Chicago for one night to shoot again.
Oh my God. Are
I
you?
know. I'm sorry. I've gone the entire year without any like good paid work, and they both happen to fall on like the same weekend.
What are?
hey.
Can I ask what you're doing in Chicago? Like, what are you
Yeah,
shooting?
so a musician that I know has a production company. His name is Freedom, and his production company, we've been doing these Doctors Unscripted episodes where it's a doctor interviewing other doctors. 4 doctors, like, but I don't know, I learn something every time. They keep trying to convince me that coffee will dehydrate you.
Well,
Connie, I don't care what people say. I'm not gonna. I don't care if people tell me I'm gonna die tomorrow. I'm still drinking coffee. I don't care.
Exactly. And it's made of water. You can't tell me that that's water.
So this is crazy. You're flying to Chicago Saturday. You're
Yeah.
coming back Saturday in time to be back at the Berkeley,
Yes.
and then you'll be there on Sunday, obviously, and then you're going
Yes.
back to Chicago. Wow.
Yes.
And the reason that we're kind of here is to talk to you about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But you got a exhibit, you got a show coming June 1st. Well, June
mm-hmm.
7th is the official opening.
Yes. Yes. I would call it June 7th. And then uh June 7th and June 16th we have receptions. Oh, that's putting too much glare in the thing. I don't need to see me, I guess. Yeah, both of the receptions will have music and food. And I'm gonna make cupcakes for the 16th because it's Tupac and my grandma's birthday, and they're my 2 favorite artists, or 2 of.
Very cool.
But, yeah, the music part is sponsored by River Jam, and so is, the exhibit. And I feel like I should talk about River Jam because they're kind of new to the community as far as, like, Asbury and the music scene and everything like that. It started as um a nonprofit to help young songwriters have the chance to write a song, sing it, record it, like working with mentors. Oh shoot, I should have the date handy, but in the end of June, the 2 first performers are going to perform their live songs, and Gordon from Williams Honor is one of their mentors.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like the whole organization is so cool, and now it's broadened out to be visual arts as well. So
Oh, that's
we've
tremendous.
been having these live streams from the Berkeley once a month and the Berkeley Hotel in Asbury Park. Sorry, I forget. I sometimes forget that this is not just like for people that are in New Jersey and know everything. Um, oh God, I'm already umming too much.
You're fine. We're just talking. We're just having a
Okay.
conversation. But yeah, not everybody
Well,
watching is from
yeah.
the
So
area, but yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's broadened to be like visual arts as well. Like, I found out from the River Jam streams that another singer who I had met when she was singing with Summer of Love, which is like a Woodstock tribute kind of show that tours around, um Sandy Joy, she's a painter and she paints these beautiful mandalas and she paints on shells. And well, my grandmother used to put little decorations inside the shell with glitter. Yeah, Sandy Joy's artwork is a step up from that. So I actually asked her to incorporate something of her work into one of the rooms of my show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're the Kaysen family is who River Jam is, and each of the three they're kids, they're not kids, they're like grown up now, but young 20s, you're a kid to me now. um, they're all musically talented. So Johnny Kaysen, he'll be playing the June 7th and June 16th. He does like really cool finger picking guitar. My
Cool.
brother Timmy is also playing both nights. Timmy Bass Kid.
I think Jeff was just telling me that what was the first one? Who's the first one you said? Johnny?
Yeah.
I think Jeff Weisberger said he went and saw him last weekend and said he was phenomenal.
Oh, he could have, yeah. Jeff's awesome.
Oh yeah, Jeff's everywhere. I call him the Mayor McCheese of Asbury. I'm kidding, like of Asbury. He's out everywhere doing something music. He's watching a live music venue somewhere every night. I'm like, I don't. He's older than I am. I don't know how he does it.
Well, I
Uh,
love that he comes to see Bobby too. Like he's another Bobby fan, Bobby
oh yeah,
Mahoney.
he's the
Hmm.
one that turned me on to Bobby. Like we obviously interviewed him on the cafe, but like Jeff's been talking about Bobby for 5 years now. You got to
Yeah.
come to because I go to Light of Day every day. He's like, you got to come to Midnight Mass. You got to come to
Yes.
Midnight Mass. So I've been hearing about Bobby for a long time from Jeff. So he's very good at promoting the local artists.
Which is good. Like I think something that we don't talk about enough is just how important it is to have people that even just click the like button.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because if you don't click that like button, Facebook's not going to show it to anyone else. They're going to be like, nobody likes it.
It's
Let's
a conspiracy because, like, just the other day, I was prevented from liking things. I like things too much.
Oh no, did you
After
get put in jail?
Too much of the like button, Mary.
Uh,
You're not the first
it's
person to tell me that. Somebody was telling
no,
me that they got put in
it
Facebook jail because they were liking too much.
yes, like I'm like, come on, you know, I cannot like do a well. I think it might have not necessarily been that I liked things too much. I might have been putting angry face on something too much.
Oh,
oh no.
oh,
Oh yes, but
Connie,
we
we've
won't.
had
We're not here to talk about that.
yeah.
So.
We've had this conversation with talked about it with Bobby, we talked about it with Adam Weiner, Low Cut Connie, but like,
Oh, I love him too.
oh yeah, great guys. But they talked about social media and how much content, like, it's not just about being a musician and, performing and writing. It's about content creation and pushing the whole social media thing. So please, if you're listening to Connie, anything that Connie says, hit the like button, get it out there, promote, help a little
Hmm.
bit in any way you can. Just don't look at it. You got to hit the like and share and all that other kind of
I
stuff.
think you have to watch like 7 seconds of the video, comment 6 words. Yeah.
Okay.
6, 7. Which one is it? Six
Oh my
likes.
God,
Ah,
Mary, don't even bring that up.
I I'm weirdo at the end of the day.
Well, I have no problems creating the content. I have problems remembering to share it, which is actually where the title of this came from, because I spent New Year's Eve watching one of the I don't know how many people are familiar with Vivian Meyer. That's her name, right? Yeah. This is awesome documentary, and I should know the name of it, but I don't. This guy bought a bunch of negatives from a storage unit, and as he started developing them, he found out that they were amazing street photos. So then he started digging into who this woman was, and she was a nanny, and all she had was like a storage unit, which is what I currently have. And yeah, in the storage unit, they found more negatives and more photos, and she died before anyone saw the photos. So I have prop. I don't think that it's an exaggeration to say that I have a million photos. It's probably really close because the one camera is over 500,000.
Oh
Holy
wow.
cow.
The one you'll see this weekend with the glittery stuff all over him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I should have brought him for the Zoom. What was I thinking? Oh, he would have loved that. But yeah, so I was trying to figure out a way, like, once an event passes, I feel weird sharing it because it's like, oh, well, this is over. Can I really share it? And so Proof I Was Here is kind of the name of like my ongoing archive now. So I can share anything. Well, I'm sorry. The idea is that I can share anything from any time and not have to worry about captioning it or thinking too much before I post it. But you all see, I post so much.
So, well,
We love it.
that's kind of interesting, Connie. That's where the title of your show, "Proof I Was Here," is coming from, because one of the things that I went through and just on your webpage and stuff, you yourself described as a visual philosopher.
Yes.
And I kind of thought, okay, well, what is this visual philosophy? And, and because I'm more familiar back from being an academic of the seven types of philosophy. We are getting into ethics, political, metaphysics. Those are the derivations of philosophies. But one of the last philosophies is aesthetics. And so then I kind of
Oh,
thought, went into, okay, so this is where visual philosophy comes from. And and I kind of went down this like little thought process rabbit hole of, okay, what does philosophy mean to me? Okay, that's kind of a visual intelligence or a visual knowledge base.
oh no, where did
Oh,
I
yep.
go?
Oh,
Connie, we hear
you
you.
just, yeah, you just hit maybe the video screen.
Oh
Did you?
no, I didn't hit anything. You can still hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you,
Okay.
but we want to see. There you go.
Oh, I didn't hit anything.
That's
Mac.
weird.
So in anyway, so then I kind of thought, okay, visual intellect, visual knowledge, visual communication. All this happens through an image. And one of my dissertations, the dissertation I did for my education, my doctor of education, was I did a photo voice journal, a project of going into Belize, and I had the physical and occupational therapists and speech therapist students. I had them. I got the idea, and I don't know if you're familiar with the photographer from National Geographic, but Jim Brandenburg.
Name doesn't ring a bell. I'm sure if it's
So,
National Geographic, I've seen it maybe.
well, National Geographic was always, back in my day when I was a kid, you go to the doctor's office. The
Yes.
beautiful photography was
Yes.
always.
Yes.
That's why you picked up a National Geographic, was to see these this visual imagery. And to me, that's always was been like this visual intellect. Anyway, so Jim Brandenburg, back in, I believe, the mid 90s, he did a 90-day project up in the boundary waters of Minnesota, where he allowed himself one photo per day from the fall equinox to the winter solstice. And it was a shutter. So he couldn't, like, that was his picture of the day. So, and he called it, I believe, uh, chased by the light, or chasing light, chased by the light. Anyway, and then he had a very, I saw the exhibit where, one day he chose this, one day he chose that. So anyway, and it conveyed a whole 90-day journey from the fall
Mm,
to the winter. Um, of what did he want to express? What was his purpose that particular day through imagery? And in his narrative about this whole project was, you know, um, when in kind of really going into his mindfulness. I guess that's we back in the 90s. I don't think they called it mindfulness, but
yeah.
intuitiveness. But being really mindful of, okay, what is it that I want to convey today? And sometimes, that leads to us to a philosophy and a form of visual thinking. And I use that as a basis to conduct a research method called photo voice, where um, my subjects were students, and I said, in Belize, take a picture of whatever strikes you, but only one picture a day. So I kind of used his concept. I said, so what was meaningful to you today? What did this culture present to you? And anyway, so and it was really kind of interesting, some of the stuff that, um, and then I triangulated that to their cultural competence or cultural humility journey of being in an immersive environment of doing service work for 3 weeks. Um, but I wondered, though, back to you, if I kind of struck me of, I think, therefore I am, as that's a big philosophy with, right? And so I wondered if the proof I was here is I visually think about this. I'm visually, intellectually conveying this bit of knowledge, and so therefore this is why I'm here, or this is my
Oh,
proof of existence.
no. Okay, so you touched on two different things. First of all, I love that idea, like the one picture a day. I never could follow it, of course, but when it comes to like posting in some ways, or even like picking photos for the show, I'm forcing myself to have to do that. But
Mhm.
the reason I came up with visual philosopher was more because I taking on the idea that philosophy is like a constant questioning, and
Okay.
I want to know why I'm drawn to take certain photos and why things that matter to me don't matter to everyone, and maybe making like trying to make things matter. Like I know on the Route 66 trip, one of the things that I kept thinking is like, oh my God, it's no wonder the people of our country are so diverse, because look at the landscape and like where we live. Like everything about the country is vastly different. Like the I remember I was at it was in New Mexico at Walmart, and I struck up a conversation with this young woman who was working there, and she was talking, I don't know how we got on the subject, but she was talking about how she went to Florida and she felt so lost without the mountains, and I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, that's crazy. I'm like, I'm fine as long as I know where the water is. But
Okay.
here, having mountains on either side, or I don't even think they're called mountains. I apologize to everyone from the South Midwest. I don't know what you call those things that are like the flat top mountains,
Hmm.
but
Mesas, Mesa.
maybe
Yeah.
that sounds good. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
So, yeah, visual philosopher, like using pictures to ask questions, and without going the street photography route where you're taking pictures of strangers, because I am I don't want people to feel exploited.
Mhm.
Which is also why I would prefer to just take my own self-portraits. I'll exploit the F out of myself, but I don't want people to feel exploited. And that's probably because of Sandy, because when we were cleaning up our yard, there were people that would just drive by and take pictures of like all of my stuff out in the dumpster, and they're not stopping, they're just taking a picture, and
Wow.
Mhm.
it felt really dirty, so I try not to do that.
Well, I think that's a violation of your, that obviously Sandy was a horrific experience in personal loss, right?
Yeah.
On many fronts. And then here's somebody taking
But those do
invading that.
make good photos. Like I
Oh,
from a photojournalistic point of
yeah.
view, they absolutely make good photos. But no, the proof I was here also comes from uh like I feel like everyone, like if you have any question about your identity, or not identity, just who you are, and like wanting people to know you exist, it just seems like such a good title for that. And then also like the juxtaposition of when you go to a concert, there's everybody has their phone out, and you want to say you were there, because if you
Mhm.
the opposite is FOMO, like you don't want to miss that. So, and when I first started taking pictures, it was with film, and I would make these like giant scrapbooks, and people would see, and it was before we all were carrying our phones and taking pictures of our food, but my friends and I would have these scrapbooks of photos of us like eating at Friendlies or just doing dumb stuff, and people are like, "Oh, your life is so exciting." And it's like, "Well, is it exciting, or is it just that I have photos of it?"
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
so
Proof that it was exciting.
it was exciting, like, I can't lie, but it's more exciting to me if you have a photo to prove it, sort of. Yeah, so the proof part, and also, like, in the photos that I'm choosing, like, this is the first time that I've really given myself permission to, like, dig into the part of my brain that exists and stays quiet all of the time. Not all the time, but, like, yeah. Um, yeah, I I I just think it's so meaningful in some way, like, yeah. Oh, I just fucked everything up. There you
No,
go,
you
and now I
didn't.
cursed.
Hey, on that point, Connie, our friend Elisa here, she's from Gurnee, Illinois, north of Chicago. She says, I heard a quote, point the camera where no one is looking. My question for Connie is, uh, what is Connie's way to shoot if everyone is looking, if everyone's looking at the same thing? Like when you're at a show, like what is it you're looking for that you decide is interesting or that you want to capture?
Oh, I can tell you right away that if, like, 5 people are pointing their camera at the same thing, I don't want that shot.
Mhm.
I will do anything to find a way to not take that shot that way, because it then feels like a duplicate. So, if I'm shooting a concert, what I'm waiting for is, first, I want people's eyes to be open, usually, unless they're, like, really into it. Some sort of action, like, where you can feel their tension and, like, the excitement, and because I feel successful in shooting a show if when I'm home editing those photos, I can hear the music.
Hmm. Wow.
Like, I'll get a song stuck in my head, and if that happens, then I feel like I did it right.
Hmm.
And then hopefully whoever's looking at the photos thinks, "Well, shit, that looks like a fun band, I wanna see them."
Hmm.
I think that's what made the music from before social media era so iconic. There were images that went with it. Like my favorite Annie Leibovitz images are her like in the hotel room with like the Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I always like that was like that's what I want to do. I want to hang out with rock stars and like see what they're like off stage. And now I get to do that and that's freaking crazy.
So Connie, you said Tupac and your grandmother's birthday the same day.
Yeah, June 16th.
So you mentioned her a few times. So can we just go back a little bit and ask for you to talk a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you got into art, photography, and everything?
Oh, okay. I grew up in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, which is about 20 minutes south of Asbury Park. And my dad was a car guy. Hmm. He restored old cars. And here's, I think this is another part that just keeps coming up, like as I'm getting the show together. He would take um like a really, oh God, don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it,
Um,
do it,
no,
do
no,
it.
nope. He would take a like find a car that wasn't it was all rusty and crappy, and he would fix it up. He was an auto body manager, and then he would also like help some of his friends restore their cars. So he took something that was ugly and made it beautiful. And then
Hmm.
not only that, but then he went on to like pick the weirdest, smallest cars to add like an extra element of, oh, this isn't supposed to be beautiful, but it is. Kind of like the car that's sitting behind you. And then you can add in the twist of Christine because despite what my sister-in-law says, Beth, I don't, you might still be watching.
She's on here.
Um,
She's on here. She commented earlier.
oh, okay. Well, I didn't know growing up that Christine was supposed to be a demon. I just saw her as a really beautiful car. And I felt really sad when the shitters kept beating her up. And the shitters got what they deserved, in my opinion. And oh God, I still get sad when I hear some of the songs from the movie, like when they crushed her.
Oh,
So yeah, it's a combination of my dad fixing cars up and Christine, and not wanting like the car to come back and get me. Oh, and wait, I'm supposed to be talking about growing up. Oh, so when I was 11, we were at our first, like, my dad took one of his cars to an AACA car show, which is, um, it's like a national meet, very formally judged. And he had me take pictures of the other cars in his class because he thought it would look weird if he did it. And he gave me two words, and those were get low. And that's the only photo advice he gave.
Get low.
Yeah, to take the pictures of the car.
Meaning he wanted you to like shoot up from like being like
Uh,
down low, shooting up.
well, at least low enough so that the car is like this. Kind of, I technically could have gotten lower in that shot. Technically. No, that's low on the low side because if you like say you're walking around with your phone, it's at eye level and you wind up looking down, which for certain cars you're going to need that for the hood, like if there's something special. But yeah, that was the thing. So like if all else fails, to come back to the earlier question of if everybody's looking one way, yeah, there's several things you could do. You could try, if they're all here, try going low, try going high. If they're all here, try getting behind if you can. Or in the case of the picture that I really love, like it's now my favorite picture that I've taken of Bruce, that triple exposure. If everything kind of looks the same and there's people that are closer than you, what can you do? I don't know. Let's put the triple exposure on, see what we can get.
very
Connie,
cool.
since you brought it up, here we
Yeah.
go. So there's the shot. There's the shot. Mine is reversed on my screen. Here's the bruise shot. Oh no, come back.
Oh, that's
Come back. Hang on. Sorry. There we go. So can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so that was an in-camera triple exposure. I know someone said, like, when I posted it one time, someone was like, "Oh, that's great Photoshop work." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, if it was Photoshop, I would have put his arms more equally spaced." And now I'm pointing that out for you.
What do you mean? Just technically explain that to us, like in camera.
So I believe this was, oh shoot, which camera was it? Was it Betty?
Betty, do you have a name for all of your cameras?
Yeah, I do. Actually, Betty came with her name. A friend of mine from who attends Light of Day gave me Betty. She's a Canon 1D Mark one, maybe. And she came with the name Betty. She's my only girl camera. Marky Mark for short is he's my number one guy. He's the one that I got a month before Sandy. And he's all sorts of falling apart, but I love him still. And then Fred and Beth last 4th of July got me Nicola, who's a Nikon Z8, my first mirrorless. But I think this is Betty. So yeah, in camera, it's it doesn't work quite as well as it would if you were using film to do it. Like there is some digital compensation, but so I can set the camera. I think all of my cameras can do it. You pick the number of shots you want, and it still will save it as its own shot. Like I could print any of those by themselves,
Hmm.
but in the camera, it composites them as one.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And it just happened that it worked out pretty well.
Uh, talk to just so you had a book at one point in time, right? But it's out of print. Are you going to get? People have asked, are you going to be getting more copies?
So I'm still looking at ways to do print on demand. In order to do that one for that price, I had to do pre-orders because it was self-published, and I would either have to do pre-orders again, and it's not cheap. Like I feel bad that it costs so much, but yeah, I'm looking for a way to do a print on demand that would still be the similar quality and still 350 pages because I like all 350 pages.
I could tell when Mary was talking earlier about one picture a day. I could see you like cringing, like one picture a day. I
Yeah.
don't understand that concept. So this picture here is this one that it's in the show.
Yes, that's actually Cuba.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
a Caprice. I can't read what's on the
oh,
front
it's a
there.
special. It's a Buick.
Oh, okay.
It's a 57. I could be wrong. My car guys are all out on the circuit tonight. I'm missing the first warm circuit night, but I was going to have to be framing anyway, so this is good.
We
It kept
appreciate
me.
you. We appreciate you being here.
I thought about taking the phone and going there, and I'm like, oh, that would be too much distraction, especially now, like as it gets dusk, because this is the best time to shoot the cars.
So this was in Cuba.
Yeah, I went my first international trip. Well, out I went to Canada before that, also for Karen, with my bestest buddy from like forever, and Karen and her two daughters and her other person at that time. I don't know if I,
You're
yeah,
trying to be very diplomatic about your phrasing here.
it was her husband. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Understood.
But yeah, we went in 2017, and gosh, I had a very great time. If I considered making the whole show just Havana, and I probably could have because the one room is very Cuba centric.
Well, it's like perfect place for you to go with all the classic cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I want I still want to learn more Spanish so I can go back there and talk to the people who have kept the cars alive. I've heard that since then a lot's changed where they've taken a lot of them off the road. Like the one here is a tourist convertible. So that car, they're going to be, giving tourists rides around town, and
Mm.
they're prettier. But the one behind you, the black and white one, that would be more of like the local taxi. When they get that one fixed up, he'll just be driving locals around. And apparently those are the ones that there aren't so many of them even since 2017 now.
Hmm.
But they have like so these American cars, I believe it was 1960 or 61. I think it was 60 that they stopped trading with America. So in order to keep this Buick alive, the chances that this has Buick parts in it are really slim.
Got it.
Hmm.
I watched this show Cuban Chrome I watched a lot before I went, and this show in particular, I got to meet I reached out to two of them asking like, "Hey, at the time I was delivering truck parts. I'm like, "Hey, can I get you any car parts?" And
Mhm.
the one guy's like, "No, I'm fine. If you could bring uh baby shampoo." Like they
Baby
couldn't
shampoo.
Yeah, he didn't have Johnson's baby shampoo.
Wow.
And he lived in the fancy part of town because his father was he was a commandante at some point.
Mm.
So there they were living higher in Cuba than most people. But the other guy, he asked if I could bring a was it the power steering pump for a 2003 Kia that they only sold in Korea, um, for his 1953 Oldsmobile. And
Wow.
luckily, I was able to get the very last one on Amazon because they never sold this in America. And I brought it, and luckily, when they like security didn't take it, because I heard that that happens too, that they go through your suitcase and they can take anything that they want out of it. So I met up with him, and yeah, it was just really beautiful to see. I mean, this car that he had, at one point he had a boat engine in it, and now he's upgraded to this Kia engine.
Wow.
Wow.
Connie, your brother Fred is on here. He says your Delaware brother is here too.
Oh, yay.
Um, Christina is asking, this may have been asked already. What was your first? This is a very specific camera question. I don't know. I'm just reading what she said. What was
Okay.
your first TLR or SLR you used? What cameras do you use now?
So my dad had a Pentax 100 or something. It actually was not fully manual because when I took a photography class in college, um, I could not set the aperture and the shutter at the same time. And my other film cameras were all automatic. My favorite was this Canon waterproof camera that we got because my dad smoked Marlboros, and we got it with the Marlboro miles.
Oh wow.
I love
And
it.
yeah, so I only was using point and shoots until digital came around. And then my dad stayed on top of um, photography to a point where, like, when a digital camera came out, he would get one. Like, not the first guy, but he would get one. And we had the Sony Mavica, which had these 3.5-inch floppy disks.
Oh
And
no.
I know I was active with that one in 98 and 99 because I took it to the World Series when the Yankees won. Um, and then we went up the Mavica series, the 3, the 4, the 5, and Yeah, I don't think that's a spoiler. I have one of the images that I'm showing is one from Sandy of the Mavica that got ruined, and I actually saved the Mavica that got ruined, and I'm gonna have that on display also. Oh, and here's a little nugget for all the Bruce fans. So I didn't want to point out, this is a spoiler, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to get it, so I'm telling you anyway.
Mhm.
In that room where the stuff that was ruined by Sandy is, and I'll come back to the camera question, is I'm like, well, what do I put with it? Like, I think it would be too literal to put the camera with the picture of the camera being ruined. So I made a little print of the aurora in Asbury Park. Get it? Oh, Sandy? Yes, of course you guys get it. Nobody else will, but we'll get it.
We get it.
Yes, exactly. But okay, so back to the camera. So then my other brother was getting married, and my dad found out how much wedding photographers were, and he's like, well, let's just get a better camera. So he got the Nikon D70 the day before my brother's wedding, and we had to figure out how to use that. And I used the D70 for a while, but I was still using the Mavica till I probably wasn't actively using it during Sandy. Like, he was on the shelf. That's why he was low enough to get ruined. Oh, and then I got a Canon 10D. So I had the Canon and the Nikon at the same time. And then September 29th of 2012, I got Marky Mark, who's a Canon 5D Mark III. And none of his buttons work. He's stuck in manual mode. He cannot take video anymore unless rain gets into one of his buttonholes. And then he switches to video mode and you have to wait until he dries out. He doesn't always like to focus. Same. Um, so then I got my boss, Cheryl, got me Mr. Bob in 2017, and he's a 7D Mark II. I still bring him out occasionally, but he's a crop sensor, so we're talking camera stuff now. I know. It's not. Yeah, he's still fine. I've used him for video, but not anything special. And then I was gifted Betty. And then last year is when I got the Nikon Z8. And actually, the reason I chose that camera is because it's the camera that Jake Thistle's dad uses. And he did all of his research, and I'm really bad at researching cameras. And I know that Jake's dad takes amazing photos. And I keep telling Jake's dad it's not just the camera, apparently. Because the learning curve on the mirrorless, like having all of these buttons that work, sometimes it is just too much. So please tell whoever asked the camera question that if you are looking to get into it and you don't mind carrying something heavy, you absolutely do not need a mirrorless. You could probably get a used 5D Mark II for a decent amount of, like, yeah, for way less than the mirrorless. Thank
Okay.
you, Fred and Beth.
I love how you have names for all these. You know clearly what their
Yeah.
names are. You
Yeah.
even threw out a date. You said you got a certain camera on a certain date, and I was like, whoa! Like, how do you know the date that you got the camera?
Because it was exactly 1 month before Sandy, and when I got that
Oh,
camera, the idea was that I was only gonna be shooting professionally now, and now I have a video camera, I can start doing video more, and instantly, like, prior to that, like, Craigslist had all of these things where it's like, "Hey, if you have a good camera, we're shooting a movie and we're paying you." No freaking joke, as soon as I get this camera, the only thing that they're needing cameras for is shooting porn, and it was before
Okay.
OnlyFans, so you know you're not making money doing this. And I distinctly remember saying, "Well, I know it's waterproof, but I don't know about other stuff. I don't think I should try."
Oh goodness gracious.
I took it there. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're not being censored. We're not.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
then
we're good.
then Sandy happened a year later, and uh yeah, I think it was quite some time before I actually got to use it. Yeah.
Connie,
Yeah.
Leah Lee, if I'm pronouncing it right, says all your
Mm.
circle friends say hi.
Oh, hi Leah. I'm in Leah's house right now.
Okay.
Well, it's her mom's house that yeah, if anyone anywhere in America knows where I can live in a space that has a studio and room for me and my cat, like it can be one giant room in a garage that's just like I can make a mess and have my cat and maybe my bird back. That would be awesome. Doesn't matter where it is, preferably somewhere warm. So I guess it does matter. Sorry, Chicago.
That's okay. What's your cat's name? Your cat's been very
Elvis.
active. Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
He it it's also it was Buster Keaton Elvis, but I took the well because he has a little Charlie Chaplin mustache, and I feel like Charlie Chaplin gets all the love, but Buster Keaton was pretty good too.
Yes, he was. He was the innovator in his day.
Yeah.
Winslow, Arizona. So tell people about the book. Obviously, this shot and
Oh,
that.
so yeah, that My Great Escape, which let's try not to cry for that too. It was me and my 2013 Ford Escape, no, 2017 Ford Escape Vinny, who got totaled the day before the Bruce See Here Now, which was also the day of uh the Art 619 photo exhibit that had some of my photos in it. I like okay, so philosophy back to the philosophy part. Like I wonder like the trajectory of life where it's like, okay, when you lose something, what are you losing? What can you hang on to? There's like the other theme of the show. Like what can you hold on to? What stays? Like what are you really proving? Why do I have 500,000 photos in my archive and what am I going to do with them? Besides fill all of MoMA and every other museum in the world. Oh, but wait, am I supposed to be talking about the book?
Kind of.
Oh,
I just
sorry.
asked if you because we were looking at the Winslow, Arizona picture, and now
Oh,
this one.
so
So
yeah, it was 2020, and my friend was getting married in Utah, and at the when stuff started going on in 2020, we weren't sure if I would be able to fly out there. So I'm like, well, I'll just drive. And then I'm like, oh my God, well, could I take Route 66 there? And I had always wanted to do Route 66 in like a 59 Cadillac or Edsel, like some big chrome finned white wall beauty. But Vinny worked out just great. Oh, Vinny was my car, just so you know.
I love you got a name for everything. Your cameras,
Everything
your
has a name.
cars.
And it's all Christine's fault. Definitely. Thanks, Stephen King. Um, yeah. So Vinny and I went on this like epic 3 week road trip. And prior to it, I started gathering like outfits that I wanted to wear. Like on the cover here, I could have gotten a better corset. It was my first one. I didn't know. I've got better ones now. But the skirt is um when I was delivering truck parts, um I was I saw these two, like it looked like a tutu on like where I was delivering parts, and the guy's like, "There's a for a street sweeper, it's a brush." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it looks like a tutu." And he's like, "You'd wear this as a tutu." And I'm like, "Heck yes, I would." He's like, "All right, if I have extra, I'll go drop them off at Napa." So they dropped them off where I worked, and the guys that I worked with took the wire cutters and cut it so that I could put it on. Oh, and then we also put tape on it so that I wouldn't get cut.
All right.
And yes, Fred, they are still in storage, and I was considering making them part of the show, but I'm not sure.
So you have the segue into um, your outfits, and I have seen the Connie bomb.
Yes.
Connie Bomb. I don't know of this Connie Bomb.
Oh,
Oh
so
gosh, Dr. Mary and I have similar bombs.
so I call it the Mary bomb, or my husband calls it the Mary bomb, because when I do triathlon, you have three different sports, and anyway, and I have everything, and it just looks like the bag or whatever it just exploded, and I have stuff everything. So it's the Mary bomb. The Mary
Okay,
bomb has gone off.
got
This
it.
is a Mary bomb. And so anyway, in Gothenburg, Connie and I met up in Gothenburg, and we stayed at our lovely friend Net's house. And anyway, in the Net's one room, Connie had all of her suitcases, but Connie also has had a lot of different outfits that she had at various cities. And anyway, I went into the wow, you got a Connie bomb. Like Connie's bomb was an atomic bomb. Mine is just like a little. So anyway,
Well, well,
but
I'm expecting a comment any minute now from Fred or Beth about the bomb I left at their house before that trip, because I filled Vinny up with the suitcases that I brought were already full, but I also brought like 5 buckets of stuff that I thought I was going to be able to fit into my 3 suitcases for the trip. And the Uber or Lyft driver pulled up, and I didn't even have my clothes on yet.
oh,
And
you
I
gotta.
left the biggest mess, which is how I didn't have a spring nut shirt, which Dr. Mary thankfully had an extra for me. I went the whole trip without a spring nut shirt because I happened to forget it. And I wouldn't have even had the button if it wasn't for Beth at the last minute saying, "Isn't this your friend's?" And I'm like, yes.
So, but didn't you? Am I remembering correctly that in order to save space in your suitcase, you wore multiple layers of skirts
7 skirt.
so that so if you can't put it in your suitcase, you just got to wear it. Wear
Yes.
layers, layer it up.
I wore all like 7 skirts, a bunch of necklaces because the necklaces I was able to shove back into one of the carry-on bags, but yeah, I had 7 skirts on.
Hey, that's how you do it, right? There's a carry-on bag limit. There is not a walk-on skirt limit. That's all we're saying.
True.
Find a way. Proof that you can be done there, right? But
Connie, Fred says when you were still in your underwear when the Uber driver showed up.
Yes. That's my brother, yep. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I bare-assed the Uber driver.
but
And I
you
think I
so
stayed up the whole night, like, doing this. Like, I was literally, like, pulling pieces up, like, "I'm pretty sure I can fit this. I need this.
okay,
Let me bring 12 different of this."
so when you were planning your great escape across the country,
Yeah.
um, did you have some like visuals that you knew you wanted to like? Yeah, like for example, the picture that's on the cover of the book. like, okay, I know I want to have and I kind of think you're the sexy drum majorette because you have the hat on and the corset and you're all that in a bag of chips there too. And so do you have like, okay, I know I'm going to be the sexy majorette, and then I know I'm going to be the woman. Um, there's a picture where you are like, it reminds me of Rosie the Riveter a little bit, where you're like,
That was an accident. That was just somewhere right outside wherever you live. That was somewhere in Illinois with Rosie the Riveter.
yeah, okay, okay,
But
but
the Western outfit, it's actually like a steampunk outfit that I thought would be great for the Wild West of Oatman, which is the place where
oh,
the donkeys run free. Like that one I planned out. There's one outfit that I planned that I didn't get to do because the desert didn't look like I thought a desert was just sand. And I pictured like I also thought I was going to be in UFO country and I wasn't really.
okay,
I would have had the detour to get to UFO country.
Roswell's way south.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't fit it in. So there's one idea that didn't get used. Also, yeah, I thought the desert was just sand and the desert is like rocks and stuff. It's
so
weird.
where does your costuming come from? Where's that creative spark?
Okay, I'm not supposed to talk about this because she's canceled, but I loved America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
I loved it. I loved like the idea of being a supermodel. I wanted to be a supermodel. They told me I was too fat and too commercial at the time. Like, sorry, Gen Z ladies. Like, if you're like 25 or under, you don't even know how bad it was.
Wow.
Like, if you were anything over a size 4, you were too big. So yeah, I went to Barbizon because my parents thought maybe that's how I could be a supermodel. That was a big waste of money. And yeah, like it was funny. I was just talking to Reagan about this because she loves the 90s supermodels too. And I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
God, like how much did I want to be Claudia Schiffer in a Guess ad? And there's one picture in the book where it was in Seligman, Arizona, where I have like a bra on that's like fancy, but it's obviously
Mhm.
really fancy. It's from like Dots, but you know what I mean. It's like a
Mhm.
fancier bra, and I was going for that Claudia Schiffer look.
Okay.
And like I just printed out a picture from uh Arles in France where Vincent lived. But they also had a coliseum there and I had like a bullfighter outfit on because one of my favorite America's Next Top Model shoots was where they got to like
I remember that
yeah, be with the
episode. Yeah.
bullfighter. Like I learned so much about photography and posing and visually what's cool in a photo from that show.
Did so
Hey, Reagan's on here. Hi, Reagan.
Is she? Oh my god,
Yeah,
I
she's
just
watching.
because I summoned her. I
You,
just
her ears
summoned
were
her.
burning. She's like,
you
I feel somebody's talking
manifest?
Oh
about
my
me
god, you're talking
somewhere.
about the 90s supermodels.
So
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
in Joliet. Well,
Mm.
first of all, I'm still. If you are ever back in, I was very mad at you. You did not stay at my house, and you stayed at some dive hotel with a
Because it
baseball
was
bat.
COVID and
Ain't no
nobody was
way.
talking.
I would take COVID for you. Come on.
I didn't know like people were being very interesting at that time. I remember someone yelled at me because they found out I went to the Dollar Tree, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm still going into the office every day. I have one of
Yes.
those jobs where I'm not staying home." Trust me, I loaded up on art supplies and even bought myself a bottle of Van Gogh absinthe because I thought maybe I'd get to stay home and just make art, but I couldn't. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was being very, very careful about that.
Yeah. Well, don't stay in no seedy east. I
It
Jay,
wasn't the very worst place I
Where
stayed.
was she, Mary? Was she at the Braidwood Inn that was featured in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles
no,
down 55?
she was not there. She was in uh, J Town, Joliet.
Okay.
So for people who don't may not know or be familiar with Joliet, the best reference I can give is Joliet Jake from Jim Belushi. You know,
Yes.
the Blues Brothers. But Route 66 goes right through Joliet, and there's
Yeah.
actually a nice Joliet historical museum, which actually Paul McCartney has been to and other
Really?
notables.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
So
Connie, just so you know, great minds think alike. So this is like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Paul McCartney decides he wants to drive Route 66. So he flies into Chicago. He's got his wife, girlfriend, I don't know who was with
Oh.
him. He bought like a shitty SUV because he didn't want to bring attention to himself, and he literally drove from 66 in Chicago and drove all the way to Santa Monica. He stops in Joliet and goes to the Route 66 museum that's right along the way. And the only reason anybody knew it was him is because, and I think Mary can attest to this, he parked in a handicap spot. He unknowingly parked in a handicap spot, and like one of the poor staff members had to go to him and be like, "I'm sorry, sir, but could you please move your car to like a non-handicap spot?" "Oh, sure, no problem." And the only question he asked that day was like, "Do you pronounce it route or route?" Like that was his question. But then, like, he kept driving, and like every day we would hear Paul McCartney stopped in Springfield, Illinois, which is down 55. Paul McCartney stopped at an antique store in Oklahoma, and it was like, what is going on? And sure enough, flew to Chicago and drove Route 66 all the way to Santa Monica. It was nuts.
Well, something that
Connie,
fascinated me was when we were in Europe, no matter what city you're in, there were either people at the show wearing Route 66 apparel or people in the tourist trap. It's like there would be Route 66 signs at like in Paris or
Wow.
Rome, which, yeah, it added impact after the fact.
so what was my question about
I'm
this
so
now?
sorry.
You were chastising her for staying in a flea bag motel in
Oh, yeah.
Joliet, and then I distracted her. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. She could have come over and took some portraits of my dog, but anyway, uh,
You didn't have your
uh,
dog yet.
yeah, no, I had Gibson.
Oh, okay.
Ed Gibbs, Mr. Gibson, who's named after a guitar. If anybody's
I was
yes,
gonna ask if the new one's Fender then.
yeah, no, she's Dora. She's named after Nymphadora Tonks from Harry Potter. But anyway, but oh, the costumes. I You did answer the question about I the route
What
of
planet?
did you pre-plan some of those and
Yeah, I could have gone more overboard, I think, like for the outfits for the book. Like I feel like if I did that again, I would just I because now I've collected more outfits, I think.
hey, you know, it's a necessity.
It is. Yeah. It's for my art. It'll be a tax deduction one day.
Absolutely. Scott's always like, when are you going to use this? I'm like, I will use it some point. So I might use that for therapy sometime. And like he's like, really, you're going to use it? Why do you have kazoos? I'm like, because I might need them
Ah!
for therapy sometime. And or why? Oh no, seriously. So I have harmonicas I use them for therapy. So I put on the blues music and I make people stand up, come down, and it's good breath work for people for building endurance.
Is
So
it really?
yeah, so I make them use the harmonicas and stuff like that. They think I'm nuts. They only entertain me for about 15 minutes, and then they're like, "Can we be done with this?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Right, no, but I get
Yeah, but
15 minutes of good work out of them.
that would get you to breathe right because you actually have to.
There you go.
Yes.
No one Valsalva's with the harmonica. That's right. So
That's a really good idea.
yeah.
Connie, I
That's,
have to ask this. Our friend Irina, who's on here, everybody knows Irina.
oh
She says,
yay.
what was the hotel you slept with a baseball bat by your pillow?
That's the one
Oh,
that she
that was in
was.
Oklahoma.
Oh,
At Carol.
I thought that was in Joliet too.
No, I
Because
didn't
those.
bring the baseball bat in that night. No, the Joliet thing was only that, like, I went outside because I was gonna have a cigarette, and every time I went outside to get more stuff out of the car because I was gonna that was, like, my first real night on Route 66, so I have all these, like, grand plans for, like, I'm gonna do this outfit and that outfit, like, we gotta get to all these shots, and every time I opened the door, this guy, like, got out of his car also, and I'm like, "Huh."
Right. Creepies.
But
It's
that
a bunch
one,
of creepers.
he didn't, like, creep me out so much, but no, in Oklahoma, this I, like, pulled up and I distinctly it's 12:30 in the morning, and I am dressed like a Rockford peach because I had just gone to Mickey Mantle's house.
Commerce, Oklahoma.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh my god, that's an interesting neighborhood.
Yeah, to say the least. But to be standing there at the house where he did all of his practicing and
Yeah.
stuff is like mind blowing.
Yeah. So, of course, like, I didn't have, like, my Yankees outfit, and anytime you get to be a Rockford Peach, you take that chance. But by the time I got to, uh, this motel I was staying at, uh, I was really tired, so I wasn't gonna bring that much in that night, and I don't even know how the baseball bat wound up being a part of what I brought in, but it was, and when I pulled up, the room next to me, which there's like no one staying at this hotel, maybe 4 or 5 rooms total were occupied, but the one right next to me is, and the light's on, and it's like this older guy, and I'm like, I distinctly remember saying, "Oh, good, it's just old guys, safe." Like, looks safe. And about half hour later, it's like 1 o'clock. I'm bullshitting around. Oh, I think I was even going to put a face mask on because, we're going to be so fun and crazy and like take face mask pictures. I didn't even take any of them. And I heard a fucking knock at my door. And it's this guy pacing back and forth like a nervous teenager. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is this guy doing at my door at 1 o'clock in the morning? So, like, I didn't say a damn word, and I'm like just getting nervous. And he knocks again and again. And then he starts walking over to my car. And there is so there's a local musician that I know, Diego, who had this song that he wrote as a response to Carrie Underwood's song. He wrote a song called Don't Fuck With My Car. And I love this because it is 100% my energy. Like, do not fuck with my car. So the minute he went over and touched Vinny, I was like, through the door, I'm like, what the? And I'm going to drop a lot of curses right now.
That's fine.
Oh
We're
boy.
Okay.
we're you're free and
What
clear.
the fuck do you think you're fucking doing? Get away from my fucking car. Oh, I need a ride tomorrow morning. I saw your light was on.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, it went back and forth to where I wound up calling the front desk and telling them that I was going to call the police. And they, of course, don't want me to call the police for something, for anything. But they wound up moving me to another room. And I saw him as I'm getting into my car. He's trying to apologize. Oh, I didn't know you were alone. And I'm like, the fuck you didn't know I was alone. And I'm
Right.
like, and if I was with someone, why are you knocking on the door at 1 a.m.? Like, if I'm awake, it's 1 a.m. What do you think I'm doing in the room with someone else? You knew I was alone. So, yeah, then I kept thinking, like, I really didn't sleep that much that night because I'm thinking that if he probably could figure out which room I'm in and he could just shoot through the door.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was a little nervous. So I did sleep with the bat, but at some point I'm like, "Oh, the bat's not gonna stop a bullet if he has a gun."
Oh, I hate to ask the obvious, and yes, Reagan, thank you. All the way, May. For anybody
Yay.
watching that doesn't know what Connie's talking about, Rockford Peach, one of the teams from the All-American Women's
Yes.
League, featured in A League of Their Own. Fantastic movie, one of my favorite baseball movies of all time. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball.
No.
I hate to ask the obvious, but why did you have a baseball bat at all in your car? Do you carry that with you for protection for the obvious reasons, or?
No, because I was dressed as a Rockford Peach and I was going to Mickey Mouse's house.
Oh, well, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
My friend actually ordered me mace after that. So when I got to Utah, she had mace for me to keep in the car. Also, ladies, if you're carrying a baseball bat, make sure you have like a glove or something because then it's not like a weapon. You could just be like, I have baseball practice later.
Me and the ladies are going out to the practice field after
And it
this, you
was
know.
a full wood Louisville slugger, just in case.
So when you decided to go out there and you were going to do this trip, did you plot out? Did you do research? Like, did you know where you wanted to go, or was it just whatever caught
Yeah.
your eye as you?
Okay. So they made a huge mistake when they locked me up and wouldn't let me shoot shows, and I could only deep dive crazy stuff on the internet. But one of those things was I followed two different ooh, through my lens, and which is also a great name. Like, damn you for stealing that. It's a guy and his dad who did the Route 66 tour. They had a great video series to follow. And also this couple, the Ramblers, who I feel like probably some people would find the lady a bit much, but for me, it's just perfect. She was super knowledgeable on all of the Cars lore and all of the sites that were Cars related, which was something really important to me because I love that movie. So because of her videos, I knew to go to Flo's V8 Cafe, which was not Flo, but also in is it Rock Point, Illinois? Is it the Rock Point Cafe?
I don't
Gosh,
know that.
I would have to do some studying. But the woman who was the little blue car, the little blue Porsche, Sally,
Yes.
it's based on the owner of the Rock Cafe. And oh my goodness, I read so much cool stuff about her. She was like an was she an airline stewardess and like an undercover CIA agent or something? Very crazy stories. But yeah, so between those two, I was able to like plot a lot of different points. The problem when you're watching these YouTube videos, they don't show the hours of driving in between. So, in order to make it to Utah in time for the wedding, I would have to clear about 450 miles a day. So, I'd usually get up at like 10, take 2 hours of photos at the hotel, motel, and then I would get about 40 miles by 7 o'clock because I kept stopping at places. And this is also keeping in mind that a lot was closed in 2020, or at least in some states it was closed. Like Texas was pretty open and Oklahoma, oh, there's not a ton to see in Oklahoma. But yeah, a lot was closed. But so then I would have to hop on the highway for a few hours to get that 350 miles that I didn't get in during the day because there's like yeah, it's a long road.
It's a whole different thing. When I talk to
Yeah.
people on the East Coast, and 'cause I drive 4 hours to get anywhere from my home to St. Louis, where I grew up. Like 4 hours, like in the East Coast, like you drive more than an hour, and it's like, what are you doing? You're crazy. People don't understand the concept of just how big
Yeah.
the Midwest and the Western states are.
Yeah.
Reagan says that she's Marla Hooch. Reagan, I fully understand who Marla Hooch's character was. I don't get that with you, so please explain. I don't understand why she says she's Marla Hooch. She's the last person I would say she is.
She can't be Marla Hooch.
No.
No. I feel like I want to be Madonna or Rosie O'Donnell, but I'm tall enough. I probably have to be Gina Davis. But she's so serious. I don't think I could do it.
No crying in baseball.
So, Connie, as Mary was talking earlier, and she said the one picture a day thing, and you're cringing.
Yeah.
I could feel you just like scratching your skin.
Yeah.
So, what was it like for you to, try to, out of your 500,000 pictures that you have, what was it like for you to try to come up with what you were going to put on display here?
I literally before this call was still trying to figure out what to display because I have like these small 4x6 frames that, yeah, they fit into room two. Like without getting too into room one is done. Room one is pictures on a wall. Like I keep trying to tell people, I'm like, this is not just pictures on the wall. I want this to be like an experience. Like if you're taking the time out of your day to come see this, like I want it to be an experience, something that you can feel, then yeah, think about afterward. And yeah, but room one is what you would expect. Like those are photos on a wall and they are very standard frames and pretty pictures. And room two is a deeper dive into my brain a little bit of like where the connections start being made and what I'm like there's a little more presentation to certain things. I don't think that this spoils it. So the Cuban cars, a lot of them have very ornate frames, but something off about the framing. Like instead of getting a fancy mat, I painted the mat that was in there, like and one of them I used duct tape. And the thinking being like all I kept thinking about was this video I watched of where they didn't have a gasket for the engine. So they just took like a piece of cardboard from like wash soap or something, like a very thin cardboard, and they just cut it out of cardboard, which I don't know, talking to the guys when I delivered truck parts isn't like the craziest thing to do. I forget how they made brake cleaner, but it definitely, or brake
Brake fluid?
fluid, it definitely wasn't brake fluid, but I wanted there to be an element of it not being what it seems because I can take a picture of oh gosh, I have to ask someone what year that is. I think it's a 1950 Chevy, but I could be wrong. It might be a 51 and it might not be a Chevy. I can't remember. But I could find a 51 Chevy at a car show and it's going to be a prettier car and it's going to be beautiful, but I want to remember that it's not always about that and what it's taken to keep that car there for 50 years. Like to just pay some tribute to that. So yeah, room 2 gives you a little more to think about and yeah, I just have these small frames and I have tons and tons of prints that I've made over the years that I don't know what to do with now. Like, yeah, that's something I have to work on next. Like, it's already printed out. It's only a 4x6. What do I do with it? Like, I don't know. I thought about starting like a print club where I don't know, postage keeps going up, but for a certain amount of money a month, I'll send you a photo of something and tell you a little story about it. So, yeah, trying to select the photos. I knew that I wanted to use some of the Havana Love Affair because they were already framed. That was, but they weren't framed pretty. So I did a lot of pretty framing now. I'm a pro. I've got extra framing tape if anyone needs me to craft paper their back and put the tape on and my little wire cuts healing nicely. But yeah, like I came up with the idea for the show, like the title and what the rooms were going to be, but then once I started trying to like put them into practice, uh I don't want to say it fell apart, but it expanded a lot. Like that's where I started thinking more about how when I was younger I would make these scrapbooks of photos and people thought things were much more exciting because they saw a photo of it. And it's not to say that now, like, I still love when people are visiting a new place and they have pictures of themselves doing something cool because, yeah, you get to walk in their shoes a little bit and see something maybe you've never seen before. But like on Instagram, the aesthetics of everything is so valued. I don't know, even like the Nikon or the Canon ambassadors, like if it's a landscape photo, it's not Ansel Adams, it's just something like perfectly polished. And there isn't that character from like National Geographic like it used to be. Like you don't have that. I don't know. If everyone can take a picture, why aren't the pictures that we see better? That's all.
Makes sense. So, Connie, for anybody watching, please tell us more details about the show.
Okay, it's called Proof I Was Here. It's at the Ocean County Artists Guild in Island Heights, New Jersey, which is exit 82 off of the Parkway on off of Route 37, between Seaside and Tom's River. And it's on the Tom's River in this cute little cottage. And I will be taking up a lot of space, all three of the small rooms on June 7th from 1 to 4. There is an opening reception. There will be the guild provides cheese and wine that day, and River Jam is sponsoring the musicians Johnny Kaysen doing some finger picking guitar. I think you only move this hand so much. And bass kid Timmy Douglas, my other brother, he's going to be doing some bass kidding. And that's going to be a little more low key. Then on June 16th, we have my dream lineup sponsored by River Jam. We are having the River Jam by the river. It's on the river. Really, it's Tom's River. And that is going to be from 6 to 10 p.m., same location. I might be getting there around, well, I'll be there early, but I'm going to tell people if they want to see the photos, maybe come around 5:30, because I'm going to want to listen to the music and not look at my pictures when the music's going on. We have Johnny Kaysen is back to fingerpick. We have Redbird, who I not new. She's been around, new to my brain. She has such like soulful, dirty Stax voice, like so dirty. I freaking love her.
Redbird?
Redbird,
I
yeah.
don't know. Is she a local Jersey
Yeah.
singer? Okay. I'll have to check
Yeah,
her
and
out.
her new album, so she and I apologize to her if I'm getting some of this wrong, but she said she was not like growing up, she wasn't like mega Bruce fan or anything, but her latest album is inspired because her wife got her the Letter to You album and something about it
Wow.
clicked in her brain and she like inspired.
Hmm.
She has this beautiful the song is something about a fairy tale and it's so good. And then and there's like something extra important about the next three people I'm going to mention. Timmy Bass Kid Douglas, my brother, is coming back. Um, he's not my brother in Delaware. He's my brother that has different parents than me.
Okay.
But like I stayed there for the last 2 years. I tried giving him my kidney, but apparently you have to have only one vein going to your kidney, and I had three. And that's very rare, and they won't let you donate your kidney that way.
Hmm.
But so keep Timmy in mind because this is important for 2020. Then we also have Bobby fucking Mahoney.
Great. Awesome.
Yes. And Williams Honor.
Holy cow.
Reagan. Yes. Yeah. Like
Wow.
dream lineup. And I'll tell you why this is my dream lineup. And Reagan got me up talking about this at their last show. and I started crying, so I'm going to try not to cry this time. In 2020, uh they were all everybody was like live streaming, and most of them I couldn't watch because it hurt my heart to not be shooting. Like if you're having
Mm.
a live stream at Friday night, it hurts my heart. I can't. But I did watch the Willie Ho show, the Williams Honor version, because it was like a little bit of hee haw mixed in. Like it was just fun. And the banner always fell down and it was great. And uh also like in 2020, that's when I just really became friends with them. Like we had just done our first shoot together in February, I think. I really think it was 2020. And I got to go on the parade float. I was a first time floater that year, and then the world shut down. But so yeah, it was just a interesting time, and they meant a lot at that point. And during that road trip, they had a few songs about exes and things that hit very importantly at that time and currently. But yeah, that was super great. And when I went to Cadillac, oh, and Bobby Mahoney. So Bobby during COVID was doing his Bloody Marys and Bobby Coffee show at 9:30 on a Sunday morning, which you're not supposed to be playing music at that time, let alone rocking the fuck out, which is what he would do 9:30 Sunday morning, every fucking Sunday morning. There were like 35 of us that would just like sit there and be like, you're like, I put all caps on and I'm like, ooh, I'm typing along the lyrics as I'm singing like crazy. So when I went to Cadillac Ranch and was spray painting cars, I had just finished spray painting Tilly onto a car, and Bobby went live and played Cadillac Ranch while I'm getting the mud off of my boots at Cadillac Ranch.
Wow.
So when I came back the other way, I that was when like again it was like muddy and it was cold, so then there weren't like I had all the cars to myself because nobody wanted to go into the mud to spray paint, and they didn't even want their spray paint. So I didn't even have to buy my own spray paint. I'm like using their spray paint to like paint things, and I painted spring nuts on like each car got a letter, and then on some of the butts of the cars, I did one for Fred and Beth because they got me Vinny and other things. But yeah, made one for Fred and Beth. I made one for Timmy because, yeah, he was still waiting for his kidney and he's like my brother. And yeah. And I made one for the Williams Honor Army, and I made one for Bobby Mahoney. And yeah, now the three of them are fucking playing the show. Like, what? Now yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. Yeah. So they all mean a lot to me. And again, sponsored by River Jam. And let me just like say that Meredith and Loretta from River Jam, the two of them supporting me throughout this is incredible. Like, it's amazing what you can do when you have people encouraging you. And yeah, I'll get back to like the spring nut part of that. Like, I made a post, I don't know that it posted, but I made that yearly post telling people that if it's like their first time coming to the serenade and they're scared or like not feeling like uh like
Like
I
they
feel
fit
like
in.
it's intimidating to walk into a room where everybody knows each other and they're hugging and singing. And yeah, I just made a note of like I told people that, yeah, well, come see me and I'll introduce you to somebody, because I was scared at first too, and I thought everybody was going to make fun of me because I didn't know. any of the B-sides, and at the time I had only been to one full band show. So, and like, I don't know, being from Jersey, neither of you are from Jersey, but like growing up in Jersey, people very much like casual fans. What?
I'm telling Mary we can't hear her.
Oh,
Sorry, you're good.
oh, I thought I wasn't allowed to talk about Jersey
No, no,
people.
no, 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 no.
Ah,
You're good.
I
You're
thought
good.
maybe
You're
the
good.
mafia was listening. No, like people would gauge how much of a fan you were based on how many shows you went to.
Right,
And so, you just don't talk about it then
right, right.
because you don't want them to make fun of you. So the first year Howie asked me to come to the Serenade, he said it was a fan convention. And then I'm like thinking of the wrestler and I'm like, I have nothing to offer that. What am I going to take pictures of? That's weird. I don't know. That doesn't sound like you need pictures of that. And then, Dr. Mary, did I meet you after having a painkiller? Was that Serenade 2 that I met you at the Asbury and we were walking past the Boss Mustang and you said your name was Dr. Mary motherfucking Jones? Although you say you didn't say mother, so maybe I'm adding that. I don't know.
She usually doesn't use the M part, but
That's
it's
yeah,
fine.
that's what Mary said, but yeah, so she's always been Dr. Mary. I have to take the M out, I guess, but Dr. Mary fucking Jones. And then it wasn't until we're in fucking Sweden that I find out that she's like what kind of doctor she is and that she's like full on like brain surgeon essentially. Like no, it might as well be a brain surgeon. It's like triple doctorate, like brains. She helps people walk. Like she's a miracle worker.
Yep.
And she, oh my God, every spring nut has such a great story. I could have filled the entire space just with spring nuts. I actually said that if I could have come up with an easy way to have like a projection screen, I definitely for the moment exhibit want projection screens that project these thousands of photos that I have. Like, oh, I love my boss picture. Yes, because there was a Mustang that said boss on it, which I thought was funny. Like, oh, boss. No, I am that kind of goofball, though. I'm not making fun of people. Like, I am that goofball. Like every time we were in Europe and we saw like the Hugo Boss store, which now goes by Boss, I'm like, Boss, that's what we're here for. I'm corny. I don't care.
Hey, we don't care. We love it.
No, well,
People
that's
love it.
also like
People love it.
I I think that there's like a corniness to some of my photos that I like. Like, yeah, a lot of the selfies are corny. Oh, the Viking helmet. Oh my God. So I couldn't get a Viking helmet before the trip, so I figured I would get one there. And luckily, Annette showed us the party store where they have Viking helmets. So I got two Viking helmets because I couldn't choose between them. And Dr. Mary wore one, and we went on this little frog boat. And the guy who was leading the frog boat tour, who was the only person who sounded like the Swedish chef in all of Sweden. Nobody else has that accent, but this guy did. He's like, and I know we have some Americans on the boat because they're the only ones that buy the Viking helmet.
Oh my God. Are there any pictures of the two of you in the Viking helmets? I have to see this. Okay, Mary,
Probably.
Mary, send me some pictures after we're done here. Wow, you two have been on an adventure. Uh,
And we had caviar for breakfast that day.
oh, caviar for breakfast?
Yes, because it comes in a squeeze tube with a little like boy's head on it. Like it's not like caviar, like it's a caviar. It's just normal.
Sounds like something you get at a candy store with like a little mannequin head on it.
Yeah, well, there's lots of candy in Sweden too, and they eat candy on Saturdays. They don't
Oh
have
my
Swedish
God.
fish though. They have the fish, but that brand doesn't make Swedish fish in Sweden.
Connie, every time I hear Tom's River now, we
Yeah.
interviewed Danny a couple weeks ago, and
Oh, really?
yeah, it was really good. We had a good time. He's amazing. Like one of the viewers said, Danny, you need to write a book, and he's like, write a book? Who would read that? And we're like, dude, like you're fascinating. Like you've worked with all these people. Like I'm sure you've got amazing stories.
I know. He's
Any
my second favorite photo of Tupac.
He said, after all said and done, I'm just a guy from Tom's River, and that just like hit me like a ton of bricks. And I
Oh.
thought I'll never hear the word Tom's River again and not think of what Danny said that night. It just hit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, after all said and done, take everything away. I'm just a guy from Tom's River.
See, that's it's an interesting take on it. Like I don't think of myself as being from Point Pleasant. I think well, probably because of Sandy.
Do you think of yourself as being from New Jersey? Like, where do you think yourself as, from being from anywhere? Like, is that, do you think of yourself in that way?
I don't know that I think of myself as being from anywhere anymore. Because even when I lived in Asbury, it was like it felt temporary, and it was, but I mean, it felt it.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because we were talking about the picture that he took of Bruce and his dad in the convertible, which is a fascinating story, great story. Hey, you guys just leave me? I want to go for a ride with my dad driving Bruce's car. Like, don't leave me hanging. But he was just talking about his dad and how important that it was to him and growing up and, who his parents are and where he's from. And I just thought it was a very profound statement that he made.
I actually got to take a picture of Danny with his dad and his son before the gallery is where Transparent is now. He had like an exhibit on the boardwalk, and it wasn't the first time that I saw the Tupac photo. That was a little further down the boardwalk, I think a year before, and I just sat in front of it and cried. But because I also had that on like my college dorm room. But it's not my very favorite one. My very favorite is the David LaChapelle, which once you see that photo, you'll understand where my bathtub photos come from because it's an homage to that. Except I didn't have gold chains at the time, and that would have been too on the nose. So I used VHS tapes that I pulled apart and like the tape, the film, and yeah. But so the time that I got to take a picture of Danny with his dad and his son, I'm like, he's like, all right, tell us what to do. And I'm like, I don't know. What do you tell people to do? And he's like, no, I'm not taking the picture. You are. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
okay. All right. You're pirates on a ship and you see the sunrise. And that was the best I could fucking come up with. They didn't play along. I think I think they were just as confused as I was. But I will never forget, like, that was my experience with Danny and his dad. And because of that moment, I do feel like a connection. Wait, Dr. Mary asked if I prefer people or cars. Mm, it depends. Mm, that's tough. I like cars because they never tell me that they look ugly. And it's more personal, like, it's just me battling with the car and trying to get the car to be awesome. Same thing with bulldogs. Cause yeah, like, if people ask me what I take pictures of, the easy answer is concerts, cars, and bulldogs. Because, yeah, people are prone to asking, "Oh, like babies?" If they do the, "Oh, like babies in weddings," then I say, "No, nude selfies," which isn't a lie, but still. Yeah.
Is there anybody out there in the music world or anywhere that you would like to do portraits of? Like, do you have any kind of
Bucket list,
bucket list of?
Taylor Swift.
Hmm,
I also want to take a picture of boxing. Like I want the uppercut shot. Like I want to do a cool Raging Bull, black and white George Foreman style. Like I don't know that George Foreman ever did an uppercut. He usually just took a lot of body jabs. But like that HBO Saturday night, we stole this cable kind of. Yeah, my dad's gone. You can't sue him now for stealing cable. Um, yeah, that uppercut. Like I need that uppercut shot and I want to shoot F1.
hmm, that's interesting.
Oh, and Pebble Beach. The Concours in Pebble Beach. Mm, what else? Oh, I want to go to the Great Pyramid too. I think there's a bunch of other like places I'll go anywhere because I want to try all the food and meet all the people. So when you say people, like, yeah, I do like shooting people, but I also don't like exploiting them. So yeah, I don't know. Fine line.
Well, if you decide to go to Egypt or anywhere interesting, Mary will go with you. You have to
Okay.
get whatever local headwear is, the thing.
I I don't know how well it will go over, but you know damn fucking well that I'm wearing a Cleopatra outfit to the Great Pyramid.
Of course.
Like
Yes,
there's no way I'm not.
that's a given.
Yeah.
A mix of headwear, clothing,
The
everything.
eyeliner. I just have to figure out how to do it in the least cultural appropriationable way.
Mary's fully down. She's fully
Okay.
into.
Well, then we should go next year because the total eclipse goes over the Luxor next year.
Hmm.
This year it goes over Spain, which is also cool. I love me some Spain.
Bucket list of travel places. I know you just said Egypt, but any other travel places you'd like to go to?
Ooh, I want to go on an African safari. Um, there is a pizza place in Brazil that the last time I checked how to get there would be a 25 hours on a plane because you have to take 3 different planes. It's something that came up on Instagram. It's some guy who makes pizza in like the middle of South America. It is like really far from Rio de Janeiro or anywhere else. And he just makes these really beautiful pizzas with us and he smiles. And he hasn't been in my Instagram algorithm in a long time, but that was a place I wanted to go for a long time. Um, oh, I told my new car, Sal, that we were going to drive to Alaska.
Hmm. Talk about a long drive. That'd be some serious driving.
Yeah. How far?
From Jersey to
Yeah.
Alaska? Oh my, that'd be like seriously 5, 6, 7 days of hard drive.
I should Google this. Oh, here I am thinking that because I opened a new tab, it's blocking my camera. Is it not?
No, I can see you. I
Oh,
can see you.
okay.
I can see you.
Because it's a tab on the screen. This is
Right.
how great I am at zooming.
Janice, Janice Manicki. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. That's Connie. You are
Hi,
the
kitties.
can't say enough. So glad I met you long ago and stayed in touch. See you at the show.
Oh, yay! She's one of my cat friends from Liberty Humane Society. So I used to take pictures at the shelter of like the shelter cats and some of the dogs.
Joe Bruno, the total eclipse of the heart. Funny, Joe. Funny. Carrie Clancy Walton, our good friend, says at
Oh,
72, you captured a picture of my husband giving me a kiss. We have it in our bedroom. We love it
oh,
more than any other picture we've had taken together.
I love that. Oh,
All right.
What's a
Mary.
place in Alaska? Juneau?
Well,
Okay,
Juneau's way on the west coast. Yeah,
maps. It was the first place in Alaska I could think.
I bet you it's at least. I mean, it's 3,000 miles from
It
the.
says I can't drive, but it's a 55-day walk. Why won't it
Mary,
let me drive?
Mary, would you be down for maybe a 7-day road trip with Connie across America
Oh,
and into Alaska?
oh, it's not even in Alaska. What did I pick? That's not even. Oh, that's a very tiny part of Alaska. What's another place in Alaska?
Sitka, Juneau, Barrow. That's way on the north end.
Fairbanks. Okay, let's
Fairbanks.
try that. Why can't I drive there?
Of course, but that may be short. Need more than seven. Well, 7 days there and 7 days back, Mary, at least.
Oh my God, it's 69 hours. Okay, so that's like one and a half times. They say it takes 44 hours to get to Los Angeles. And that's if you're not stopping.
Right. That's just
Like
straight.
I did 8,000 miles during my trip because I didn't do just 66. I went up to my friend in Salt Lake City and then we went down to Cor oh fuck. One of the reefs. Canyon Reef? No. I don't know. We went to this really beautiful place and that's where I went to my first rodeo. Oh.
Queen of the rodeo.
Well, no, if you know the song, Bobby Mahoney and Shot in the Dark says, "Enjoy it while it lasts." They say at every first rodeo. Oh. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I got to use a lasso, but then uh, I got in trouble for using the lasso because it was you were not supposed to use the lasso. Everyone else had used it. It wasn't until I touched it that we had to stop. I got a
Mm.
horseshoe. I got to ride a horse that was either named Cash or Money. And I think they thought I was drunk, which I was not. I was just truly giddy because, yeah, it was like a rodeo. There weren't any clowns, though, just me.
All right, Connie, you've been very generous with your time. We know you are very up against the clock. We appreciate you
Oh,
taking the time to talk to us.
this
Uh,
was fun.
this
I
was
feel like
absolutely
I
fun.
didn't do a lot of like important talking.
This has been fascinating.
Okay.
What's important talking? You're
I
opening.
don't know.
We got inside the mind of Connie Freestone.
I feel like I didn't go as deep as I could have because
Yeah,
it's like weird to share that part of it. Like when Reagan asked me to come up on stage and talk, and suddenly, like, I'm looking at a crowd, I'm like, how the fuck do these musicians do this all the time? This is crazy. This is weird. I don't know how to do this.
yeah. No,
And
this has
they
been
do
great.
it, and they're so good at it.
I thought it was fascinating. We interviewed Bobby. He was one of the first people we did this year, and he told this great story about how he got asked to open for Bon Jovi at the
Oh.
Newark, and on a Friday night he played in front of 300 people in a club, and then 2 days later there he is playing in front of 20,000 people in Newark. And I said, "What was that like?" And he said, "I don't care if it's 10 people or 3,000 or 30,000 people. I'm going to play my show, and like whoever's there to watch is there to watch." I was like, "Okay, like I could
He
understand that."
he absolutely lives that, and that was the thing my key takeaway from I mean, I was a fan before 2020, but what really solidified it was those Sunday mornings. Like I said, I was working still, so I don't need to get up at 9:30 on a Sunday. Like I should be sleeping in, but it just felt like, okay, if he's getting up and doing this, what can I do today? And yeah, that energy, like, and you're playing to, you're playing like this. Like Not even like this because we have interaction. He's not
Right.
getting that back. He's maybe reading a comment every now and then. And that he really lives that. Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. He's got that spirit. You went with it. Did you go with him on the cruise that he
I
just came to?
did.
How was that? Tell us about that.
It was freaking awesome. It was so cool. Oh, and yeah, see, I don't know if maybe my video didn't upload. So I planned ahead for once and I brought a photo of Jesse from the Teach Rock event in November and had him sign it to auction off for the Serenade.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
there's a really cool picture of Jesse and uh Bobby and Zach Saxophone Sandler played the two shows with Jesse as well as their shows. And it was the crowd, like, okay, before I had gone there, I had read like they opened up like the people who were the cruise chat, and people were talking, and I'm like, I have no idea what to expect. Like they're gonna hide ducks, and I'm like, I gotta hide ducks. And I'm like, well, how do I hide ducks? So I made these really tiny prints and I put them inside these like Easter egg ducks that I found at the Dollar Tree. And I'm like, I'm going to use those. And of course, I ran out of time to do this before I got there. So we're in like Miami waiting to go out to like dinner. And I'm like shoving ducks together and hoping that they like fit back into my bag. But on the cruise chatter, someone said that it's like a festival, but you're on a boat. And if you get tired, you can go take a nap. If you get hungry, you can go eat. If you're thirsty, you can drink and you don't have to worry about leaving there. You don't have to worry about paying $20 for a drink because everything is just right there. And you don't have to feel bad leaving because you can come back and the music's still playing later. And whoever wrote that is spot on. Like even if it's not the Little Steven cruise, the group that puts this together, Sixth Man, like they did such a good job. I kept waiting, like, the first night, the Social Distortion was the sail off, and I'd never seen them before, but I know that if you went to, like, the summer stage to see them, people are gonna be pushing and shoving to be, like, in the back row still. They're still gonna push and shove, like, "I was here." I kept waiting. I'm like, "Oh, the show's gonna start. Like, where is everybody?" Like, nobody's, like, bum rushing the stage. At some point during the show, I joined the bass player Brian in the front row just because I could. Like I didn't want to get in trouble. I had permission to shoot Bobby. I had permission to shoot Low Cut Connie because I know them, and then because Bobby was playing with Jesse, I had permission to shoot them. But the other and I know the drummer of Big Star and some of those guys. Oh, I didn't send them their photos yet. I finished the oh, I should do that. Um, oops. Uh,
You
yeah,
got
I
other
need to
stuff. You got other stuff on your mind.
yeah, I was only allowed to shoot the bands if I knew them. Like, I don't think they would have been super strict about it, but if that was the rule, that's the rule. So, yeah, I tried playing by the rules, but it was so much fun. So cool.
He said for him it was just like his whole lifetime. Like he got to say hi to Mike Ness, and he got to play with Jesse, and Jesse played with him, and it was just like for him it was like his whole musical world came together.
Well, I think Bobby and I probably started Light of Day around the same time, but for different reasons, him being much younger. But from my first Light of Days, I remember him being like, guitar teching or like, and I don't, Jesse's music didn't hit for me until Bobby was playing it during those shows. And now I really like I love it, but you know how sometimes it just doesn't
Yeah.
it takes something weird. Like I didn't like Nebraska for the longest time and I think in like 2015 on some like random day. It came on like those songs came on Live 75 to 85, my favorite album, Howie. Yes, it is. Um, and yeah, now I'm like, then you can't remember ever not liking it. You're
Yeah.
like, that's weird. I still don't like Kitty's Back though. You can't convince me otherwise.
You're not alone.
Oh, good.
When he was playing that live, it was like, no, that's 10 minutes. We could do three more songs. No kitties back.
Yay! Thank you.
Yes,
I knew
that's
I liked you. This is like we're the only ones.
it's nothing against the song necessarily, but I don't need to hear all that noodling and jamming. Like I want those three other songs in there. No, I think any piece of art, it hits us at different times where we're at in our lives. What we're going through, what's in our head. For like Bruce's The River, like The River until the River tour in 2016, I would have put The River like way down on my list of all of his albums. But going to see that show, I was going through a divorce and like hearing those
Oh,
songs when I was going through what he's writing about hit me like a ton of bricks. Like it was unreal to me, like what those songs meant to me at that point in time.
that is definitely a time that brings music to you. Yeah.
So Connie Freestone, Mary says round two. Yes, you're welcome back
Yeah.
at any time. We do
Okay,
this in a
cool.
heartbeat. So
Oh
maybe
my god.
like,
Well, and I loved like I said, the time that I caught you after the show talking, I have had this conversation with a friend of mine because it's like sports radio. Like I'm sure you have sports radio in Chicago.
oh yeah,
Can you imagine sports radio mixed with music? So like and I'm only using you as an example, Stevie, I fucking love you, of course, and I don't want to sleep with the fishes. But like, you go to the show and you're like, yeah, I don't know what was up with Stevie tonight. I think we got to trade him. Like maybe we could get another guy in there, and maybe he's gonna do it tonight. Like if that was the way music was,
I
like,
love it.
yeah, I saw Bruce drop that pick in the middle of that song. You can't be dropping a pick like that. And then when it's a good show, they're gonna use we, like because when the team wins, it's we.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah, we got it tonight. We really nailed this set. It's also the only time you'll hear people with a full Jersey accent. I know that I've slipped into full Jersey a few times this time, but they will go full New York on the sports radio. But that's what it reminded me of, you guys after the show, like doing the breakdown of the show. And I know that I missed the golden years of where the set list was different every night. But like imagine having a post game on those. Like, or you just be so fun.
yeah.
Like, what was your favorite part? And then people could call in.
No, no, no. You're all wrong. It was when he did Born
Yes.
USA. It was.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you have to tell somebody they're wrong, or else it's not even a sports radio show.
Did you see how Stevie was scowling during Murder Incorporated? He was just so mad that night.
He usually looks mad when they have to play Kitty's Back. Just saying.
I will say this about Stevie. Like, I think he was a little miffed about possibly somebody else being added to the band the first few shows, but I think at some point in time, Bruce was like, dude, this is happening, so you either can get past it or whatever. Because, like, in Chicago, I noticed a discernible difference in Stevie's. He was smiling a lot more. That's all I'll say.
Oh, that's
That's all I'm
good.
saying.
I love. I If you would ask me before I went to like the big shows, like what I would be most excited about, I don't know that my answer would have been staring at Stevie, but it wound up being just staring at Stevie and watching the guitar changes, because he has a Plum Crazy. Oh shit, I didn't put the Plum Crazy car in there. No, the picture didn't fit. Yeah, see, this is the game I'm playing. Like, oh, what's in there? Also, I still have to make a list of everything, and some of them need titles. And technically, for copyright reasons, you're not supposed to title things with song lyrics, but that's the only thing I think of. Like, it's either song lyrics or all the Christine cars are Christine quotes. which also is probably not copyright legal.
Well, you're Connie Freestone. You can do as you please.
Of course, that's what the universe is telling me these days.
One more question, and then we're going to let you go so
Okay.
you can get back to your business. We've talked about everything photography. Uh, they're Connie, Connie writed,
I
not copyrighted, Connie
can't
writed.
write in
I love
them.
it. Uh, Music, like when you were growing up as a kid, teenager, whatever, what kind of music did you like?
The through line, the thing that's always been there, and the one type of music that is the only full genre. Like, I would never say that, like, oh, I love classic rock because there's a lot I don't like. I wouldn't say that I love country because there's a lot I don't like. But the one that I can say, you just put this station on and I'm good, oldies doo wop.
Mm, wow,
Freaking love it still.
really?
Yeah, there's this app, Simple Radio, and there's JB's Jukebox, I think it is. There's a few different doo-wop stations, but that one I found is the best, and they play, yeah, just great doo-wop type music. Like, so my first concerts were concerts of that, like Bowser from Sha
Oh, wow.
in Atlantic City with like a bunch of different groups. Like one of them was the Marvelettes, and my dad was making eyes at the girl, I'm sure. And then he shook her hand, and then I shook my dad's hand, and then I went back home and told my best friend, like, do you want to shake the hand that shook the hand of a Marvelette? And we're like, goofy kids, and I made her listen to it too. Like we put on like an oldies show one time. But yeah, that's my favorite genre of music. And then mm, I liked Bruce. My dad was born in 49 in Freehold. He didn't wasn't born in Freehold. He went to school, moved to Freehold in 1950.
Hmm.
Went to school with somebody, said that he didn't know him and he pushed him into lockers. But it wasn't until after my dad passed that I'm like, well, if you didn't like him, why did you have all the albums? My dad would have been the guy racing in the street, which is also why like that song slays me. Um, and he would cruise Springwood Avenue and the circuit picking up girls, which is why the circuit is so important to me. And then what was the question? Where are we going?
I was just asking, like, what kind
Bruce.
of music you
Music.
listen to.
Oh yeah. So then Bruce was married, so I actually opted for Billy Joel for a while. I thought we were going to get married. Um I convinced like my high school class to use This Is the Time for our prom song, and then they wrote it wrong on the invitation as these are the times to remember. And I'm like, well, it's this is the time in parentheses to remember. Like he was the one that I was like pretty mental about. And then I went to one of his lectures and I got to kiss him and I saw his spray on hair. He's much shorter than me. And I got to sing the Yeah Rock and Roll part of Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. And then I also liked Frank Sinatra and Tupac after that at the
Hmm.
same time.
Wow.
And
That's quite the
um
dichotomy.
and a band that not a single musician that I know cares about at all, but I loved Dave Matthews Band.
Hmm.
Oh, that was a photo I could have included. No, that concert. One of my very favorite photos was I got to shoot Dave Matthews Band and Boyd Tinsley was down fiddling. And if I think about it hard enough, I can still remember my knees shaking, like, of like, "Oh my god, I need to get this shot. Like, this is amazing. Like, I've dreamed of this. This is amazing." And then, Gaslight Anthem. Well, Bruce was the through line, of course. But yeah, Gaslight Anthem and Bobby, Williams Honor,
You know what we
all the
should do?
people.
We should do a Zoom chat some night with you and Reagan and Gordon and Bobby and just have a nice Jersey Shore Zoom panel.
That would be fun. Good
So
luck getting them. They're
I know,
very busy.
I know. This is like my dream of this. This is like you dream
Oh,
of.
I thoroughly understand. How the fuck did I get them all for June 16th? And it's Tupac and my grandma's birthday. Are you kidding? What?
So, just a question for you. You said you got to shoot Dave Matthews one night. Like,
Yeah.
were you asked to shoot them? Did you ask to go
No,
to a
so
show?
yeah, like okay. My first photo pass was 2003, I think. Was it 2003? It was Green Day and My Chemical Romance. Mm, maybe it was 2004. I don't remember. But I was dating a guy that was in a band, and I would shoot his band, and shooting bands was fun for sure. And I loved, like, as far as photography goes, I loved those Annie Leibovitz photos of, like, backstage. Like, and I loved Almost Famous with, like, Penny Lane and stuff. And I was sneaking my camera anywhere. Like, I snuck it into PNC for Meatloaf, Davy Jones. It's real shitty photos because a point and shoot camera, even when you're like in the front of like a graded Six Flags arena show, you're getting nothing. It's real bad. It's not a real picture. The Meatloaf pictures are okay though. Um, yeah, what was the question? Oh, photos. Yeah, so I was kind of pushing towards like maybe being a music photographer, and it doesn't pay. Like, to go shoot a gig unless you're working for Getty Images or something. And there was a lot of like I went to South by Southwest with like a press pass for somebody, but like you're paying your own way. The press badge is just getting you in there and getting some access, not real access. And I would say that by like 2011, yeah, even I don't know if it was before or after Sandy, it already was like you would go shoot a band and they would have like these rights grabs where it's like you can't shoot this unless you share everything with us, and then we'll give you permission to share it. And it was like, well shit, I'm doing this for free.
Right.
And then also I have a really bad poker face, so if I don't like the music, I don't want to shoot it. Like,
Hmm.
especially for free. Like, mm, I don't, yeah, I
So
don't want to
just
do that.
emotionally, if you're not into the music itself as a listener, you just can't. You're not in that mindset to shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And that was also around the time, like, where I think I figured out that mm, maybe I'm just not like a normal. I'm not normal. I knew I wasn't normal way before that. But like, I'm not just a regular photographer. Like, that's not. Mm, yeah, that's probably when I started using Visual Philosopher.
Hmm.
I didn't get that from anywhere. I'm sure other people have used it at some point, but I came up with it because yeah, I didn't really like photographer, and artist sounded weird, and visual artist then sounded weird. They
Mary
got
says they
it
got
from
it from
you.
you.
Who got it from me? Oh. Oh, like the people that are gonna start putting rhinestones on their lens hoods.
She also said, "Is your love of doo-wop, is that where the tribute to the skirts comes from?"
Yeah. 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 Oh god, yeah. Yeah, like watching Grease and Hairspray, the original Hairspray. I never saw the other Hairspray. Also, there's a the Maryland Metropolitan Group had their cars in Hairspray. The Metropolitan's my favorite of my dad's cars. I will get it back and I will take it to Pebble Beach because the one they had at the other Concours that I went to, not that nice.
Mary, this is really weird for me. Like you're incredibly intelligent, very well spoken, and you can't talk right now. So this is killing me. This is like it feels like something's off in the universe right now. Mary and I will figure this out for the next time, so we'll figure it out.
Aw.
Connie,
Yeah.
this has been fascinating. This has been a great conversation. We
Yeah, I love
appreciate
this. This
you.
is fun.
Maybe after the how long does the show run till? Through June or into?
Yeah, I think I have to pick everything up June 30th. Hopefully, I don't have anything to pick up because I have gone deep in the spending. So I hope that everything sells.
Well, maybe after the show and maybe you've recovered a little bit, maybe you can come back for round two and we'll do a.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure someone from MoMA it's absolutely gonna be there, right?
Absolutely. Merry
We
Christmas
have
to you.
a lot of spring nuts. One of them knows. Oh,
There's spring nuts everywhere. I'm sure there's a spring nut that works at MoMA.
right? There has
Absolutely.
to.
Has to be. They're everywhere.
Except for the fact that we have a lot of like teachers and doctors and helpers. Like maybe one's the school nurse at MoMA. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot of people in caring industries. And I'm not saying art isn't a caring industry, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for those of you watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. I'm sorry if we didn't get to your questions, but Connie, we greatly appreciate you taking the time. We know you're incredibly busy. You're up against the clock here.
Or
You're
just
going
a
to be a
little.
busy you're going to be a busy lady in the next couple days. But we will see you on.
I will be there tomorrow from 4 to 6 and then I'm shooting some of Williams Honor at their 250 concert and then I'm flying to Chicago at 5:30. I'll be back for karaoke. And then yeah, Sunday's going to be crazy.
Oh, you're
I
going to be at
better
the
set like
250.
400 alarms.
You're going to be at the 250 show tomorrow.
The one tomorrow, yes,
Okay.
not any of the other ones.
You're going to miss out. Dion, the last one of the last of the original doo woppers, is
I
going to
know.
be at. I hate to rub
And
salt in the
Dr.
wound.
Dre.
And Dr. Dre. That was
Yeah,
so funny. So, because of Stan Goldstein, I was very lucky to go to the American Music Awards last month. Dr. Dre at the end of the show,
with Public Enemy. Yeah,
Public Enemy,
yeah.
Dr.
Safe
Dre
space.
was sitting down and they did the final song of Patti Smith's song, and everybody that was there performing got up on stage. Dr. Dre was sitting. He had no interest whatsoever in getting up on that stage. Stevie, of all people, and only Stevie could do this, went and like physically grabbed Dr. Dre by the coat sleeve and like pulled him up on that stage. Dr. Dre had no interest whatsoever in being on that stage.
I see. I would really like to meet him, even though, like, by the end, Puck wasn't that much of a fan of his. But I think that Dr. Dre should come to my show when we do the country version of California Love that we're gonna do.
Mm.
Are we? I don't know. I keep saying it as a joke.
Hey, you're manifesting it somewhere out in the universe.
If I'm gonna manifest something, I need to manifest the MoMA thing. That's the one we'll go with.
Hey, you're putting it out there into the
Yeah.
air. People hear, people go see. Yes, Mary, go see Connie's show. Uh, so the 7th and the 16th are the big
Yes.
music events.
Yeah. I was going to bring like prints, like because in this like print hunt, I found like a bunch of old, not old, but like Bruce prints that I've made in the past. But now that I can't be there for the bag give out, I don't know that I'm going to bring them to karaoke. But yeah.
Reagan says, absolutely, we are country Cali love.
Oh, see, Reagan's super busy too. Why is she still watching?
She's been watching this whole
That's
two
so
hours, and
funny. She's the
Connie,
fucking best. Like we
sometime when you have time, go back. The stream will be on my page. Go back and
okay.
look at the comments because you got a lot of love coming your way
Oh.
when you have all that time on your hands.
Yes. Maybe I'll buy the internet on the plane. Well, you know what I mean? Like it never works anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I had that yesterday. I fly Southwest and I'm supposed to have free internet. No, I had to pay $8 to have internet for 2 hours.
Oh, did it work?
Once I paid for it, yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
supposed to have it for free because I'm a Rapids Reward member. Uh, No.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's Spirit that went out of business.
Yeah, Spirit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm,
All
mm.
right, Connie. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow, so I'll see you walking
Oh,
around.
cool. Yeah.
See you on Sunday. Mary,
Yeah.
this is killing me that you cannot talk.
I
This is
know.
killing me. So we have to do round two.
Wait, is
This is,
Mary coming to karaoke or is she going to Philly?
she's going to Philly.
Oh, okay. Are you going to Philly?
I am. Because I had
Okay.
tickets for the original date, and then when this got
Oh.
moved, so I'll be in Philly, but I'll be there Sunday.
Oh, you're the
She
bus monitor?
she and Carrie are the bus monitors.
Oh, wait. On the same bus?
Yes,
No. Are they putting on a show?
I think so. I think they're gonna bring a karaoke machine. They're gonna do some doo wop. They're gonna do some sha na na.
No, you don't understand. They like were you at the serenade last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Have I never met you before?
I've seen you from afar. Like I'm not kidding you. The first time I went to Light of Day, I saw you like taking pictures, and I just like looking at you. You're a very impressive person, and I was like, "Who is this person?" And I asked, and they're like, "That's Connie," and I was like, "Who's Connie?"
Oh, well, Dr. Mary and Carrie, and they had some other band members.
Jeff Weisberger
Yeah.
and
But
Norm.
the two of them fucking owning the stage. Like those were like some of my favorite. Oh my god, yes. There's some of my favorite photos because I was telling Dr. Mira, I'm like, you don't even understand. Like when I take band photos, like I okay, so if it's a band you don't know and you're following the rules, you have 3 songs. If it's a band you know, you can shoot the whole set. You know
Oh,
what I mean.
Connie, she's showing. What is that? A boot? Is that a blue cowboy boot?
You're wearing boots? Is it blue or purple?
Looks like blue.
Okay. I haven't figured out
But
what I'm oh,
metallic
nice.
blue. Nice.
I haven't figured out what I'm wearing. What color is the shirt? Do we know? Is the shirt a color that'll go with pink?
Oh, it's a leopard skin.
No.
That's my outfit.
Oh, I heard you.
Yeah, we heard you.
You heard me.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. You sound like you're underwater. Oh, she's got the babushka.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Oh.
That's how I practice my Stevie faces.
Mary, I can tell you've been practicing your Stevie face.
I feel like that's my default face is a Stevie face.
All right,
Okay.
Connie, you
Yeah.
got work to do.
Yeah,
She's
apparently I
Connie's
have
still
stuff
drinking
I have
iced
to do.
coffee at 10:30 at
Yeah,
night.
next time I'm gonna start drinking it an hour earlier because it's finally started kicking in towards the end. I feel it.
All right, Connie, thank you for this. This has been very kind of you to come on with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, we
This
love it.
was
So,
fun.
Mary, uh, we will figure out the tech side of this. So next time you're able to actually talk and people can hear. Oh, Connie, I don't know if you know this about Mary. She got tenure a few weeks ago, and I think it's
I saw.
incredibly,
Yes,
incredibly.
congratulations, Dr. Mary. I
Yes.
saw the post. I think I even made a congratulations comment. If it turned out, because sometimes when I write it from my phone, if you're not using the app and you got there because a friend sent you a reel and you got distracted, those comments don't go through all the time. You
She's the only person that I know that's an actual professor and is tenured. So every time I get a chance to, I'm going to congratulate Mary on getting her tenure. So
I remember you talking about it on the train that we almost missed in Sweden. Like talking about how difficult it is. Maybe it wasn't that night, maybe it was the night before because Annette was with us and not staying at the hotel. Maybe it was the other night, not the night we almost missed the train.
yes, Mary, it's like Obamacare. It's a big fucking deal.
It is. Well, like really, we need to interview Dr. Mary about all of the things that she's done and the time that she's done them. Like, oh, I'm just going to do a triathlon. Like, it's not like something I've ever done before. Like, I didn't grow up doing triathlons. Like, I feel like that's the kind of person that does a triathlon. And like the multi doctorate part, that's so many different parts that I can't even remember. I know one of them has to do with the brain, though.
I think it was 23 or 24. I was talking to her one day. She says, "Yeah, I'm going to, I don't even know where you went, Austria, Germany, but it was like you were going to ride in a 20-mile bike ride. You were given a dissertation or some shit, and then you were going to go see Bruce. Like these three very wildly different things all coming together at the same time.
I
What?
love that. I love that.
All right, Connie, go do
All
your
right,
work.
yes.
Thank you for stopping in,
Yeah, I'm
Mary.
gonna pretend to do work.
Yes, you got 3 days left.
I don't have 3 days.
2 days?
I have like 0 days because what do I have to do? I have to
Oh
be
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna
in
you
Long
have
Branch
no
at
days.
4. Yeah.
I hate to ask this, but just from a practical point, like, are you the one that's like actually putting everything up on the walls, or does somebody else do that?
I don't know, but they're like it's very specific, like what goes in what room. Beyond that, it's not it's kind of easy, but not really. I don't know. I'm still trying not to give too much away. The big stuff is all framed. I'm not gonna get I had a variant frame that I'm not gonna get to because the glue won't dry. Everything is figure outable. Yes, exactly. One key element to the show isn't even here. I had a big fight with the company that's printing them, and they were supposed to be here June 1st, which already I thought would be late, and now it's June 4th. And if they're not here, I'm going to need everybody to attack them on social media.
Hmm. Hey, let us know. We'll be happy to help.
But yeah, I don't want to spoil what it is for the twos of people that are listening
No,
still after
this is
3
what
hours.
this is what happens. A lot of people watch this after the fact. We get that like 8,000 people have watched the Danny Clinch interview that we did a couple weeks ago.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So there's the live part of it,
Does
but
it
then people
stay
watch
up
it.
live or do you put it somewhere else?
No, it goes on my page for 30 days, so it's like on
Yeah.
my page, but then I can pull it down and put it on YouTube, so people
Oh,
can go
good.
back and watch
Okay.
it at any time on YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes.
So
Okay.
so at some point in time, I will do that for this, and then it'll just be out there on my YouTube page.
Oh, good. Then let me know what your YouTube is so I
I'll
can
send
follow.
I'll send you a link, and
Okay.
so you'll have it.
Yay.
All right, Connie, thank you.
Thank
You're
you. I'm gonna go
wonderful.
put my dirty yellow paint shirt on again.
Take care.
I love the fact that you're Elvis. I'm a huge Elvis fan, so the fact that your cat is named Elvis.
Yeah, he's I'm surprised he hadn't been sitting with me, but I think it's because I'm not doing anything active. Because when I was downstairs trying to frame shit, that's where he wants to be. Like he knows I'm not doing anything right now, so he's hiding.
As soon as you get to work, boom,
Yes.
right
Yeah.
up in it, right up in it.
Yeah. All right. Thank
All right,
you.
have a good night.
I'll see you
See
freaking
you in less
soon.
than, yeah, I'll see you in about 20 hours.
Yeah, we'll fly the southern air.
Is it 20?
Well, it's
No,
10:30.
18,
Yeah, 18 hours. Sorry.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we could drive to Florida in that time.
We could drive to Juneau, Alaska.
No, that's 70.
Yeah.
There's no driving route. We could 55-day walk doesn't sound bad, Mary.
Oh my God, that could be a whole TV show. The Adventures
I
of
know.
Connie and Mary
Oh,
It
on the
would be
road to
would be
Alaska.
bad.
Just
That
stick a GoPro on your head like a pit
But what would
helmet.
happen to the bomb if one bomb meets the atomic bomb? Is it going to be gigantic?
I have. I'll just get my meta glass.
I totally want a pair of those. I
Yeah.
really do, but I don't really want to pay for like I don't know. It's like another thing that I'm not going to have time to edit. But it would be fun. Do you have them?
One of my patients does.
Mm.
But yeah, I have two GoPros, so I can.
I have an Insta 360 now, but I don't know what to do with it. I know what to do with it. I just don't have time to do it. Record stuff, I guess. I don't know. Gather more proof.
Proof I was here.
Yes, yeah.
All right, Connie. Have a good
All
night.
right. Have a good
See you
night.
tomorrow. Mary
All right.
Jones,
Yeah.
I'll see you down the road.
See you tomorrow and see you
Yes.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday. All right,
Oh, you had
everybody.
those too?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Oh
like a
yeah.
local thing.
No. We had the monster truck race. Come on down.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh my God. We also had the English Town one, which the next time I see one, I'll send you because it's so fun. All right. That's it.
All right.
Right?
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Good night. Thank
Be
you
well.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks.
Be well.
Bye.
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 Bye, Connie.